Hello and welcome back to Eco. We're on the Vendonia server here and we're on part 6, day 5, and we're supposed to be covering farming, but we've hit some monumental problems. Now, a farm was going to be over there, right? Our agriculture was going to be great, all our goodness was going to be over there, and the idea was if it became a problem, I could probably just make some aqueducts that would go over here to make the soil fertile. And we're on version 0712, and aqueducts were taken out in 071 for stability issues. No, we're on the top of what the game thinks that's a mountain, and stuff doesn't grow on top of mountains, so a farm is just not going to work. Like, we had some issues over here, especially with the terrain type and stuff, where stuff just wasn't growing properly, and yeah, that's going to be more of an issue over here. Like, if we look at fertile soil, fertile soil, it's in there somewhere, a big list. Fertile ground, there we go. It says it's good, but honestly it's not. Like, we need to take into account waterfall and rainfall, sorry, and yeah, over there is just not great. Nothing's really going to grow too well up here. Now we can fertilise the ground properly, use a soil tamper to mark our areas, which is 5 by 5, and that's how our farm's going to go. And I'll tell you, oh yeah, that'll be fine, but taking into account there's not going to be any war or anything over there, we've got a monumental problem. So, scouted the land, took a look at the map and statistics and stuff, and we're going to have to spread out our types, like wheat and corn and stuff, into different areas, which, yeah, it's going to be tough. Now, the only place on pretty much half the world here that wheat is growing is there. I mean, that's a long way from our little town that we've got going around the lake. Not good. Yeah, and some of the other resources are just non-existent, really. There's like little patches like here or like over here. And the only place I can find berries is like there, and I'm like, oh dear, we've got some problems. So I'd still like to put the farm up there, because when aqueducts get put back into the game properly, we'll be able to make this look how it should. But we're on a bit of a time limit, because obviously we've got a meteor coming to hit the world and we need to advance more. So the idea was to advance more so we can make power vehicles. That's going to be the goal. Now, before we go into that, we will proceed with the requirements for making our farm stuff, because we're going to need it, but we do really badly need to push a powered vehicle. Now, we can sustain ourselves with some of the food that we do have available. So down there we have plenty of fish. I've actually been cooking some of that up. So I have a fish sauce coming in, and we can still harvest some of what's growing around us, and we have an abundance of wheat and beans, actually. So we can make lots of charred corn that will sustain us. We can make fish and beans for now. But yeah, let's take a look at what we need in our research center. At the moment we still need to get what's that? The campfire roast. We need to make some of those. We're needing to go into tailoring, and bricklaying we don't really care about just yet. So in our storage, what have we already got? We've got glassworking skill book and a fertilizer skill book. Now I'm going to learn that. Plonk that over there. And we've got a glassworking skill book. I'm going to learn that. Plonk that over there, past the shroom. And we need to make some of what was was it called again? Let's take a look at the campfire roast, which is right here. Now we can't make those because we need campfire creations 3. So let's go into there. Campfire creations is currently at 2, so let's bump that up. Go back over here, and we should be able to make some of those. Yeah, so here it is, campfire roast. Now we need raw roast in order to get that, which is made at the butchery table. So we're going to cure one of those so we know what we're getting. Now we need a butchery table. So over here we did learn butchery skill, I do believe. Let's have a look over here. And it's not that. It's cooking, which we're going into. Butchery. Is that farmer thing? No. The cooking thing. Chef. I believe that we learned it. Look at storage. Butchery. There it is, butchery. We've definitely already learned that, so we just need to make the table for that, which can be made at the carpentry table. So let's have a look over here. We've got a butchery table right there. I do believe we've already made one of those, because I had one set up in preparation. Let's go over here. Look at that chest. Oh, that's farmer's table. So we've not made a butchery table yet. Okay, so we'll make one of those. Crafting. Butchery table, which requires woodworking 3. Okay, that's why we've not made one. So that's woodworking. Let's bump that up to 3. There we go. Might as well put a point in there too for efficiency. So let's go up here to the butchery table and order one of those up. Of course, we need 12 boards. I'm going to go off and wait for that. I'm also going to make 4 of those in preparation. No, actually, I'll show you the butchery table first, so I'll be right back. Alright, so our butchery table's finished. Whoa, that's not the butchery table, that's the butchery table. There we go. Let's drag that down. And we don't really have anywhere to put it, so we're going to move wainwright table and masonry table and just plunk this here. It definitely works. Now we want raw roast, and that requires a meat preparation at 2. So let's have a look at this. Go into butchery. Yep, into butchery now. Meat prep. Let's put that up to 2. Done. So we actually need scrap meat. How do we get scrap meat? We just need some meat and turn it into scrap meat. I might have to go hunting, but do we have any meat in here? Well, we got a wolf. Oh, a hare. Let's say the hare. This up here. Now we should be able to make a scrap meat. Oh, but we need raw meat to do that. To get raw meat, we need to butcher stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go off and do that because it takes a little while for it to process. I'll be right back. So we're back from the hunt. As you can see, we've got a elk, some elk, a bison, some hare and stuff, and I've already gone ahead and butchered some of those animals. Now in here, I made the mistake, because I was in a hurry a little bit, I made the mistake of thinking that some of the stuff that was required was on this side, but it's not. Anything that is required is on this side, and on that side is stuff that's produced, not the other way around kind of thing. I don't know why I got confused with that. So anyway, with our roast meat, we don't need scrap meat. Scrap meat is produced when you're making roast meat. So you actually need 4 raw meat in order to produce 1 roast meat. And you also get scrap meat from doing that. Yeah, so don't do what I just did. And yeah, we've also unlocked everything we could in butchery. and bumped up the efficiencies, so it wasn't going to take like an hour to do stuff. It all takes like minutes once you bump all of these up. Be reminded, when you bump all of these up, it costs a couple of 100 skill points. I've realised that that's very late game, but we're on our own world, we can do whatever the hell we want. So I've already gone ahead and made our roast, and meat wise it's probably best getting elk. They're quite tough to get, but you get quite a bit of meat, and you get leather hide, which is also a requirement for something else. And I think the other one that's good to get is the hairs, because we get fur pelt. So over here in our research, we are still missing the roast. Now, we did put that on fire. It should be done by now. I think it is. Yep, it's done. I'm going to storage. There is our campfire roast. Just grab that and put it into here. And we still need 3 more. So we still need 3 more. Okay. Let's order up some more of those. So we need 5 more. Let's go back over here. Yeah, 5. Let's do that. And while we're on the case, we also need 2 more hide. You can see that here in tailoring. We still need hide and 1 more fur pelt. So let's go back over here. So we've got 2 leather hide there, which we're going to get. There. And we still need 1 fur pelt, which we've also got. Let's put that into our research. And that too. Okay, so it's going to take a couple of seconds and we've unlocked tailoring. Now I'm going to wait until that's finished, and I'm going to put our campfire roast into our research and wait for that to finish too. Alright, so our skill books are finished. Yep, we can do tailoring and go into cooking, which is great. Now, over here, remember our primary goal of all of this is to sustain ourselves with food, obviously, because we can't do our farms, but make this powered vehicle so we can make a proper road network and get around properly. So, going into that, let's take a look in one of our chests. We still have a wainwright table here, which we'll plonk down there, and I don't think we'll need the masonry table just yet, but let's have a look at a wainwright table. Now in here, for a powered car, we need mechanical engineering. We also need lumber, cloth, which we'll go into, and combustion engine. Right, so lumber is created at a sawmill. And yeah, we're going to have to research mechanical engineering, I believe, which is mechanics. So let's take a look at that over here. Wait, let's go over to our research bench. Crafting. Mechanical engineering, which was mechanics. Mechanics, right there. We need to make a water wheel, some copper and iron. So let's order that up. And in order to make our water wheel, I believe it's in here. Water wheel, yes it is. So we need primitive mechanics at 2. There's primitive mechanics. Let's bump that up to 2. And now we can make our water wheel. Right, so that's that started. Now the other thing which we'll need to go into is our sawmill. Now the sawmill is made an anvil, which we currently don't have. So my thought on this was, over here at our smithy area, we'll go ahead and make an anvil. And while I was waiting for stuff to research as well, I'd also been over to the farm and mapped out a bit of an area. So these are 5x5 blocks, and you can see the stone there is notated for a fence, which will be cool, but as I say, we'll do that later. And yeah, I guess in the next part we'll go and continue our smelting. We'll make an anvil. So I guess that was that. Be sure to hit the like button if you wish. Also let me know your thoughts or questions in the comment section below. And until next time.